Okay, we're back with part two of today's high noon extravaganza. I'm sorry. If you were listening at the start of the show, I told you we've been having weird internet situation here at the Comfort Nest Guest Lounge all morning long. I apologize for that, but hey, we get knocked off. I jump back on. We get knocked off. We could jump back. Whatever. It's not the end of the world. It is incredibly frustrating to me, but I'm gonna try and get through it without turning this into a whole thing. Oh God. It really is a whole thing, though. Okay, where did I leave off? What was the last thing we were talking about? Were we talking about Carrie Elways? That's right. Carrie Elways got bit by a rattlesnake. Boo-hoo for him. His career didn't pan out the way I thought it would. And he's fine. He's going to be fine. They got him in time. He was gardening. He reached his hand into a bush. Snake bit him. Helicopter came, took him to a hospital. But, okay, so... Here's something... I will never understand. Okay, so I have a friend who lives in the woods of Wisconsin, right? I mean, he grew up in Chicago, and I worked with him in Chicago, and now he lives like in the middle of the woods in Wisconsin, and he's always posting pictures from out his window of like bears just wandering around his house. And he doesn't live like he's not a hermit. Like, he's got neighbors and stuff. He lives in kind of a neighborhood, sort of, it's definitely a wooded neighborhood, but he's got like a bear issue. We're like, I sit here and I complain about the damn squirrels. I can handle squirrels. I could never live anywhere where you see this with bobcats too. People are like, we got bobcats in our neighborhood. There's that YouTube video of the guy and his wife. They were walking out to their car, and a bobcat jumped off the roof and started attacking the wife. And then he grabbed it, and it started attacking him, and he flung it across the driveway. Why are you people living in these places? I believe, okay, I don't think we ought to just kill all the animals. I mean, we are kind of encroaching upon where they live. Why are we living in these places? Why is Carrie Elways gardening in an area that has rattlesnakes? See, that would just make me, I'm never going outside. Well, it's a nice house. Too bad we don't have a yard. Why don't you have a yard? Because there are rattlesnakes around here, and I could never relax in that yard. Never. The very idea that there is something in the yard that could kill me is, no. My friend's got bears. Dude, you've got bears, dude. There are bears living in your neighborhood. Yeah, it's pretty cool. No, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. It's the direct opposite of cool. You have bears living. Yeah, but they're nice. No, they're not nice. There is no scenario where you encounter a bear and the bear is gonna be nice. Well, you're just too much of a city boy. Rats. I can handle rats. If I'm going to throw garbage out in the alley, if I'm living in the city, like in Chicago where I used to live, I'm throwing, and I lift open the lid and a rat jumps out. Yeah, that's going to make me go, but worst case scenario, I'm not getting taken down by a rat. A bear, just going out to get the mail. What, how did Pugs die? Well, he went to get the mail and a bear ate him. Why do people live in these areas? I don't get it. I don't get rattlesnakes, bears. April says this Depp trial is getting intense with a therapist that Depp side hired and has diagnosed Amber with borderline personality and histrionic personality. Amber's attorneys are not happy one bit. Well, if that's just a fancy way for saying batshit crazy, then I agree, because she seems batshit crazy. All right, Carrie Elways. That's why Carrie Elways was trending. He lives. Look, I don't want anybody to get bit by a rattlesnake, but dude, you're Carrie Elways. You could probably live anywhere. You could live in a very nice condo in Santa Monica. You don't need. Well, but I love to garden. Okay, so garden. Yeah, just stop it. I'm gonna garden. There's rattlesnakes in your area. Oh, I'm still going to go. I don't like flowers that much. All right, moving on. Micah Parsons. Here you go. A little something for the local home team. Micah Parsons, Rookie of the Year, Dallas Cowboys defensive standout. Oh, boy. Micah Parsons is trending today. Why? Because Micah Parsons went back to his. Oh, no. See, everything got shut down. Hold on. Bear with me. Micah Parsons went back down to his hometown, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, I think. I think that's where it is. And he was invited to like drop the puck at a Hershey Bears. There we go again. More bear talk. The Hershey Bears are an AFL, maybe, I don't know, whatever, hockey team. They're like a minor league hockey team. And so Micah Parsons was invited back to his hometown as a conquering hometown hero, and he was asked to drop the first puck at the game. And it was quickly revealed to all in attendance that Micah Parsons doesn't know what hockey is. He doesn't. He's never seen hockey. He apparently does not know how this is done. So this is kind of cute. It's kind of cute. It's not humiliating. It just looks, he doesn't understand what a puck drop is. Like he's never, hey, Micah, you want to come back home to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania and drop the puck for the Hershey Bears game? Yeah, I'll do that. And then he shows up and he just walks out and he does this. So he's getting dragged on Twitter and lovingly, not like, if Michael Parsons, he doesn't know. Dude obviously just has never seen hockey before. So, whatever. All right, there he is. He's wearing the cool ass Hershey, Pennsylvania Bears jersey, and he's heading out to drop the puck.
Rookie of the Year, Micah Parsons.
Okay. Harrisburg native, there he is, wearing a sweet Hershey Bears jersey that they hooked him up with, and he's going to drop the puck.
Here he is.
Area,
nope.
You got to wait for the guys. He was ready to drop the puck. Well, someone's got to give him exactly the instructions there, what he's supposed to do. So drops the puck, gets the photo op. He read the lineup in the locker room before the games. He's going to enjoy it.
I love that. He immediately knew that he did it wrong. He walks out. He's like, okay, I'm here. I'm gonna do the puck drop, and here's the puck. And he just stands there, and then he like goes, what? That wasn't that when you told me to drop the puck? I dropped the puck. All right, let's watch this one more time. I love his reaction.
Rookie of the Year, Micah Parsons.
Harrisburg native, there he is, wearing a sweet Hershey Bears jersey that they hooked him up with, and he's going to drop the puck.
An icon in this area. You got to wait for
I love that. What? That's not what I was supposed to do. That's and there you go. There's your stupid puck.
You got to wait for the guys. He was ready to drop the puck. Well, someone's got to give him exactly the instructions there, what he's supposed to do. So drop.
All right, so there you go. That's why Micah Parsons is trending. I thought that was cute. He has no idea. He has no idea what he's doing. Yeah, that's all right. He doesn't have to. He's a damn good football player. Howard Stern is trending today. Howard Stern is trending because he's just blasting Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, saying that this is the worst thing for both of their careers. And how did they allow these? Johnny Depp's people wanted the cameras in there. Why did they want it? He says it's because Johnny Depp's obviously a narcissist, an out of control lunatic narcissist who just wants. That's basically what Howard Stern is trending. But he says stuff like that all the time about people, but he's trending. There's like some real heat on the responses to the trends. And I thought it was interesting. And this is why I wanted to mention it. 20 years ago, maybe even 15 years ago, whatever, there was a time in this country where Howard Stern would say something and the younger generation who, lived and died by Stern's words. I mean, every morning, nobody criticized him. Like nobody said, Howard Stern is getting destroyed by Gen Z and late model millennials. They are obviously the people who don't have any reverence for him the way maybe older generations do, who remember you didn't dare, rip on Howard Stern because Howard Stern would destroy you. His people would destroy you. His fans would come out en masse. They would destroy you. He was untouchable. Howard Stern is getting raked over the coals by a bunch of 20-year-olds who are just like, who the hell are you, old man? And I'm like, man, what comes around goes around. That is not, you click on that thread, you click on that hashtag Howard Stern, and you're going to see people just destroying that dude, just destroying him in a way that I've never seen before. All right. So, what else do we have here? Fox News, Jesse Waters is trending. Jesse Waters trending. Why is he trending? We talked about this on Pillow Talk. James Parker brought this up. Here, I'll play it for you. So Jesse Waters, who is a Fox News host, he was formerly like Bill O'Reilly's intern or whatever. He was on a show called The Five, I think it's called. I don't know, it's some show that's on Fox News. Just people being, what do you hate today? I hate this. Yeah, I hate those people too. Hate, I like to hate. Do you like to hate? I like to hate. We're the Five. Right? Isn't that basically the show? I thought that was kind of the show. So anyway, he was on that show and he said something that got a lot of people to go, huh? So here's what he said. Here's Jesse Waters talking about the romantic way that he met his current wife. This is his current wife.
When I was trying to get Emma to date me, first thing I did, let the air out of her tires. She couldn't go anywhere. She needed a lift. I said, hey, you need a lift? She copped right in the car.
Does she know this story?
No, she doesn't know the story.
Does she watch the show?
The Jesse Jr. does for you.
Basically the Zodiac Killer.
It has a happy ending.
Really? Yes, we're married.
boy.
Did you really do that?
Is that the first time you did it, or did you use that before?
It works like a charm.
Oh, okay. Kathy Lee Gifford joins us now.
When I
I really would like to hear what Kathy Lee Gifford has to say. Okay, so he said that, and everybody went, ooh, there's also some context. This was a girl that worked for him. She was like his production assistant. He wanted to date her. He was married with a kid, but he wanted to screw around with some woman he was working with. So he let all the air out of the tires of her car so that she had to ride home with him. And, long story short, it worked out for him. They ended up getting married, and he took a lot of heat for that. And then he was off Fox News the entirety of the next week. And everybody was like, oh, did he get suspended for that? Did he get suspended for that? Well, now he's come back on the air this week, and now he is claiming that was, he just made that story up, that story wasn't true, that he was just trying to be funny. But here's the thing. That you could say that you made that story up if it was something that he was adding to a conversation about these kind of things that already existed. Like if people were talking about weird ways that you hooked up, but he didn't. He just kind of offered that out of left field as well. I'll tell you something here. Let's do it one more time and tell me if you think that he might be making it up. If he's making it up, then he's just a liar. He just goes on to, which wouldn't be a surprise because, it's Fox News. So he's just going on telling bullshit stories, just to get people riled up. But tell me if you think it sounds true or not. Listen.
When I was trying to get Emma to date me, first thing I did, let the air out of her tires. She couldn't go anywhere. She needed a lift. I said, hey, you need a lift? She copped right in the car.
Does she know this story?
No, she doesn't know.
All right, so there you go. So that's what he says. So now because there was all kinds of who the hell, what Fox News viewer has a problem with that? That's not in the Fox News viewer wheelhouse to be outraged by doing so. And as I said, when James Parker brought that up, we played that a couple of weeks back on the show when it happened. When he brought it up, I said, based in the light of today, that seems like a very, especially since she worked for him, he was married with a small baby at home. He's a sketchy ass dude. You know what this guy looks like, right? This is what I don't understand. He seems like a piece of shit. He just seems like a piece of shit dude. How can you I'll pull up a picture of him. This is an ongoing issue that I have with Americans today, because I am a very good judge of character. I can just look at somebody and I can go, oh yeah, that guy's an asshole. That guy is obviously a total douchebag asshole. Here he is. All right, so I'll bring up a picture of this guy. This guy is a douchebag asshole. And if you can't just look at him and go, oh, look at that smug face. Look at that shit-eating grin. Look at that blow-dried haircut. This dude is a douchebag. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just like to go off on Jesse Waters because I hate this guy. Will C says he tries to make every style. Will C, you watch the Fox News, so maybe you would know better than me. But how can you look at that guy and go, "Oh, he's cool. Oh, that's a cool guy." And I'm like, you know what? I imagine, and I created this whole backstory in my head about him. This is not a, this is a, he's a bad guy from a John Hughes film. He's like the rich prep asshole come to life now working at Fox News. That's what I imagine. I mean, that's also Tucker Carlson. Did I mention Tucker Carlson? Tucker Carlson, heir to the Swanson frozen food empire. Yeah, he's a regular guy. He's appealing right down the middle to working class America. Sure. So Tucker Carlson, another one of these entitled douchebags. You can say the same for Anderson Cooper. He's a freaking Rockefeller, but he's like kind of going in the other direction. He's like gay and he's very loving and kind and all that. And that also makes me sick. So don't get me started on that. But it's, just because you're rich, what I'm trying to say is just because you grow up rich or privileged doesn't mean that you're an asshole elitist who thinks they're better than the working man. Tucker Carlson does. And Jesse Waters does. At least that's the conjuring that I had in my head. I was like, oh, I bet this dude is a prep school dude. I bet this guy was a bully. His daddy probably has all kinds of power. He's one of these dudes, one of these just asshole dudes. I come from a blue collar working class background. I hated these dudes. I went to a rich kid school. I went to a school where there were some rich kids, and I hated these. I mean, it was like an equal mashup of like middle class, working class, and then richer kids. And I always hated these richer kids. Oh, really? 16 years old, you got a Porsche? You prick. You're an asshole. Don't even talk to me. I don't want to have anything to do with you. So I was wondering this morning, I was like, am I being unfair to Jesse Waters? Am I just looking at him and going, oh, he looks like a prep school bully douchebag? Am I being unfair? So I pulled up his bio. And I'm like, what if he's a salt of the earth type? What if he comes from working class Western Pennsylvania? What if his dad was like a steel worker and his mom a school teacher and he just pulled himself up by getting good grades and got to the best schools by working hard and trying to overcome his middle class existence, and now he has done. Yeah, that's all bad. That didn't happen. That's not what he is. That's not what Jesse Waters is at all. Waters was born in 1978 and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He's the son of Stephen Hapgood Waters, a teacher. Now, this is where I stopped in my tracks. I went, his dad, Stephen Hapgood Waters, is a teacher. Okay, all right. Maybe he's just a jerk, but at least I shouldn't pin all of this he's a rich elitist 1%er douchebag on him. His dad's a teacher. That's good. That's a noble profession. And his mother is a child psychologist. Okay, all right. So his mom and dad, so maybe he is just a middle class kid. Oh, but then I read on. His mother is the daughter of Morton Bailey Jr., publisher of Better Homes and Gardens in the Saturday Evening Post. His father was the politician Morton S. Bailey. Waters' paternal grandfather, Dr. Franklin Benjamin Waters, was a cardiologist at the Veterans Administration Hospital in Newfoundland, Connecticut, and a professor at the University of Connecticut. He has some Irish ancestry on his father's side. Where's it going? It goes on to say here, basically he comes from old ass money. And yeah, his dad is a teacher, and his mom is a psychologist, but they come from the people who published Better Homes and Gardens and the Saturday Evening Post. What is the Saturday Evening Post? Well, it ain't really much now, but there was a time in this country when it was the most read publication in America. Fucking rich kid. He's a rich kid. And God bless his dad. His dad went into a noble profession. His mom went into a noble profession. But they didn't struggle. They obviously had grandma and grandpa money. They had copious amounts of wealth that they could allow themselves to do these noble professions. All right, that's all. We're done. We don't need to get any more of this. I look at the guy and it's like, that is a punchable face. That guy is just so. I'll tell you who I don't mind though, and this is going to be my attempt to sort of balance this out. You can't blame someone for their parents. Oh, of course you can. Oh, of course you can. I can judge who a person is as a grown-up by the environment in which they were raised. Of course you can. He's a rich kid. Wait, what if, did I say he was a Rockefeller, Tom? I mean, this kid was obviously raised in privilege, and that's what I'm blaming him for. He comes across, Will, every bit of someone who was raised in privilege. I'm not even going to compliment Greg Gutfield now. I was going to say I kind of like that guy. That guy seems great. When I see the Greg Gutfield dude, he didn't come from money. Let's find out where he came from. See, I look at him and I'm like, that dude seems like at the very least he's just a working class, middle class dude. Hold on, let's see what his background is. Hold on. Let's see what Gutfield is. I'm telling you, I can just tell by the way people carry themselves whether or not they're snobby assholes or regular dudes. All right, here you go. See what this Gutfeld guy is. Let's see what his early life. All right, let's see what it is. Gutfeld was born in San Mateo, California, the son of Jacqueline Bernice Jackie and Alfred Jack Gutfield. He attended Juniper Sierra High School, graduating in 1987 with a bachelor's degree in English. In 2009 interview, Gutfield explained that he started to experience a change in his political thinking while he's attending college. I became conservative by being around liberals. All right, it doesn't really go into much. All right. But that means that his parents, nothing of note, just like a regular dude. Doesn't even say what his parents were. But, not Waters. Waters, it goes into his whole family, and they published the Saturday Evening Post and Better Homes and Gardens, and his grandfather on his father's side was a big politician, and then the president of a college, and geez, really? My grandpa was a milkman. My mom worked every damn day of her, I was going to say every day of her life, but she's retired, and hopefully she's got a lot more. Here's a good girl. Here is a solid girl. This one is Good Morning Football is trending. Do you watch Good Morning Football? I enjoy Good Morning Football. Good Morning Football is, it's like Good Morning America, but it's just football. It's just, they talk about football. And because NFL football is now essentially a year-long sport, I mean, what do we get? We get like 1 week after the Super Bowl, and then free agency opens, and then it's all about who's going where, all of that. And then after the free agency period, then you got coach movements. The coach. So there is no doubt. Then you got the draft. Then you got mini camp. Then you got camp. Then you got the preseason. There is 365 days of football to cover in this country. We can't get enough football. So that's why I watch Good Morning Football. I like it. It's a good show. It's interesting. And I like the personalities, but mostly I like Kay Adams. And Kay Adams is a good girl. Kay Adams is a good little Polish girl from the north side of Chicago. Working class parents. She's a good girl. She is awesome. She's leaving Good Morning Football. And I am heartbroken. I am heartbroken that Kay Adams is leaving. Kay Adams is probably, if I had to rank my favorite members of NFL media, Kay Adams might be number one. Kay Adams might be the one that I would watch. You just because you're attracted to her. Yeah, I am attracted to her, but I'm also attracted to a whole bunch of other women that are involved in NFL football. ESPN is lousy with hot girls who do NFL football. Kay Adams happens to be adorable, competent, whip smart, witty, funny, charming, all of those things. And she's leaving Good Morning Football. That's why it's trending. Good Morning Football is trending because Kay Adams is leaving the show, leaving only Peter Schrager and Kyle Brandt as the only two remaining original cast members of Good Morning Football. Nate Burleson left last year to join CBS Morning Show, the CBS Morning Show. Nate Burleson was great. And now Kay Adams is leaving. Her contract comes up in May. And she is going to be moving on. And it's got to be. Here's the thing. It's not because they don't want her. She's wonderful. It's totally, it's rumored that she is going to Bezos Town. She is going to jump over to Amazon Prime and be the lead NFL studio analyst for Amazon Prime's new, whatever it is that they're doing over there. Who do they have? Does Amazon Prime, did they get Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth, or who did they get? Did Troy and Troy and Joe Buck went to Monday Night Football. There's a whole bunch of like movement. I think Troy and Joe Buck went to Monday Night Football. Amazon Prime hired Al Michaels and somebody else. Anyway, the rumor is that Kay Adams is leaving Good Morning Football, and she's going to end up at Amazon Prime as their lead football studio analyst. She's going to sort of anchor whatever sort of pregame show that they do, and she's going to be fantastic because Kay Adams is incredible. God, I love Kay Adams. Me and my son argue about Kay Adams a lot. He likes her too, and he says, what does he say? He goes, she's too young for you. And I'm like, well, she's too old for you. He's like, yeah, but she's closer to my age than she is to yours. He's probably right. And that hurts. But I should be so lucky is to have my son get a woman like Kay Adams. I would. God bless you, son. Give me little Kay Adams grandbabies. I love her. April says Prime is Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. Are you sure it's Kirk Herbstreit or is it Herb Kirkstreet? That's right. I can never get that right. I've been watching this dude do football for 2 decades now. And every time I try to think of his name, I want to call him Herb Kirkstreet. And then I go, no, that's not it. It's Kirk Herbstreit. I don't know, whatever. I always get them confused. Russian plane is trending, gang. That's right. Russian plane. Here, we'll pull this up. We'll show you this. Apparently, Russian plane. Oh, really? Signed out? Really? You make me sign in? Guys, my internet is going insane here. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. Hold on. This is making me nuts. Something is happening with the internet in this area today. It's been a couple weeks though, maybe even a couple months since we've had any kind of significant internet issues with these streams. So I'm not complaining. If it's just going to happen every once in a while, we can probably muscle through that. All right, Russian plane. Here we go. I want to see this. Apparently, I don't know if this thing got shot down, but it's trending, and everybody's like, hey, check it out. This Russian plane, this Russian fighter jet just fell out of the sky, just like spiraling out of control. All right, now let's see if we can see this thing. All right, you see the blue sky. All right, let's see if we can see this thing falling out. Oh, there it is. Okay, see it right there? There it is right there. All right, let's see. This doesn't go too well for this plane. Whoa, that's not how it's supposed to work. Oh, boy. That ain't good. What the? Hey. And that's it. That's why it's trending. There you go. You're welcome. You just saw a Russian fighter plane just fall out of the sky. Wasn't exploded. It just did that. Ecstasy wedding. Ecstasy wedding is trending. What is ecstasy wedding? What is that all about? Well, this is did you guys know that yeah, Will, it is that's the lost footage from the Red Bull plane swap from Sunday. Did you guys know that Kim Kardashian was married when she was 19 years old? She was married to some guy when she was 9. She was married to him for 4 years. Well, she wasn't even famous at 19 years old. She married some Damon Thomas, who was a music producer. I don't know who he is. She's married to this guy. She married him when he was like 30. She was like 19. They met when she was 17. We overlook these things. We're like, So she was like with this like dude, this like famous dude. She was like 17. Well, she's still in high school. What? That's so weird. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. I mean, it's just so weird. Anyway, so they get married at 19, and apparently on her new show, Kardashians, Hey Folks, We're Back. I don't know what it's called, right? Isn't it on like Hulu or something? The new version of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, whatever it is. So on her show, apparently in the most recent episode, she said that she doesn't even remember getting married because she was on ecstasy when they got married, and she doesn't like to talk about that marriage or blah, blah, blah. And the dude that she was married to is like all pissed. He's like, okay, first of all, We were together for 4 years. We were married for 4 years, and you weren't on ecstasy the whole 4 years. To which I say, maybe those were crazy times. Those were crazy times back then for Kim Kardashian. She may have been on ecstasy for 4 years. And he's like, he also is angry because their kids go to school together. He's like, my kids go to school with your kids. So you going on a show, you're talking about, we were doing all these drugs and all that. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. So he's mad at her. And that's why ecstasy wedding is trending. Kinkiest is trending. Whoa, kinky. Here's why. Some travel site or something compiled a list of the world's kinkiest cities and the world's most seductive cities. All right, let's see if Dallas checks in anywhere on here. Let's see. It's not going to. Let's see here. It's not. I'll just tell you right now, Dallas doesn't make the list of the world's kinkiest cities. The kinkiest city in the world is London, England. London, England. Those people are debauched. 1 is London, kinkiest city in the world. 2 is Las Vegas. No surprise. 3 is Berlin. Oh, touch the monkey. Oh, yeah, Berlin. Oh, God. Oh, German people are weird sex people. I don't want nothing to do with them. I'm surprised Berlin isn't number 1. London actually shocks me because, you think of the uptight British and all that stuff. But they did coin the term buggery. So, So London, Las Vegas, Berlin is number 3. New York City is number 4. Madrid is number 5. Vienna is number 6. Toronto, number 7, kinkiest city in the world. Barcelona is 8. Paris is number 9. Paris is supposed to be the city of romance, traditional, consensual, missionary sex, right? Isn't that what Paris is about? But no, kinky. Sydney, Australia is the 10th kinkiest city in the world. Australians are weird. Australians are weird too. Oh, it ain't gonna fit up there. That's just Australians. I see Australians being down for anything. Rome is number 11, kinkiest city in the world, and Los Angeles is number 12, kinkiest city in the world. World's most seductive cities. Once again, London comes in at number 1, most seductive city. I don't know. I've been to London. I love London. London's one of my favorite cities. I would love to live in London. Like, even like just for a year. Like, getting back to the Powerball conversation, I would also travel, and I would live in London for at least a year. Maybe, maybe even more, but I'd have a place I just love it. It's just such a cool city. It's just, I don't know. I just like it. So the world's most seductive cities. London is number 1. Las Vegas is number 2. See, again, there is nothing. See, when I think of seduction, I think of subtlety. I think of nuance. I think of a light hand. Vegas is just, I can see Vegas being kinky, but not seductive. There's nothing subtle and nuanced and delicate about Las Vegas. That's all pretty much front and center. New York is the number 3 most seductive city. That I can see. The glamour and the beauty and the awe, the expanse. I can see that. I can see New York being a seductive city. Madrid, totally see Madrid being a seductive city. Paris at number 5. Paris, totally a seductive city. I've never been. I'm just going by what I assume. Rome, number 6, seductive city. Berlin, number 7, seductive city. Berlin? No, it's not seductive. Again, that's kinky. Berlin's like weird, scary dungeon sex people. I don't see anything being seductive about Berlin. Toronto? Sydney? Los Angeles? Seductive? Los Angeles comes in at number 10, most seductive city? Huh? Oh my God, this list goes on. Miami is 11. I could see Miami totally being a seductive city. Beautiful sunset, ocean. Oh yeah, I could totally see that. Barcelona. I could totally see Barcelona being the Spanish seduction thing. Yeah, I totally see that. Vienna 13 again, like Germany. There's nothing seductive about those people. Those people are just, they're always upset, they're angry. Nah, I don't think so. Amsterdam. I guess I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Mexico City, number 15 most seductive city. Tokyo, number 16 most seductive city. Maybe in the way that New York can be seductive. I mean, Tokyo is this very impressive. I've never been. I'm just spitballing here. Tokyo seems like, yeah, you could be like in the middle of Tokyo and be overwhelmed by it all and be like, oh, I do declare I'm just going to sleep with the first man I see, something like that. I could see that being a deal with Tokyo. It just the awe-inspiring sort of overwhelmed. Yeah. So I guess see that. But Tokyo is also a place where you can buy women's underwear, like used women's underwear in a vending machine. That's like Tokyo people, they're weird. They're Japanese and Germans are what is that about? The Axis powers. I guess you get conquered in World War II. You just you live for the moment from that point forward, Whatever floats your boat, let's get into it. Let's get crazy. We almost were all killed in 1945. Let's just keep going for it. Let's just party. Maybe that has something to do with it. What else? Seductive city. Brussels. I don't even know where that is. Where's Brussels? What country is that? I don't even know. I just, like, if you showed me a blank map and said find Brussels, I'd be like, no, I refuse to. I don't think I could. Where is Brussels? Isn't Belgium? Is Brussels in Belgium? Or see, if you had said before this list, if you had said Pugs, Brussels, country or city, I'd go both. I don't know. Ross Rubio asked, do I think Reykjavik should be on either of the kinky or seductive list? Maybe seductive, maybe because it is kind of like another world. It's like a space age city, like on the moon. Like it's just a very, but I don't know about kink. I don't know. So where is Brussels? It's Belgium. Oh, good. Jeff Googled it. You didn't know that, Jeff. Oh, I know where Brussels is. Porto. Porto comes in at number 18 most seductive city. I don't know where's Porto. Porto. I've never heard of the city of Porto. All right, now I gotta know about Porto before Jeff Glenn can Google it. Porto. Like I know like Port-au-Prince, and where's Porto? Portugal? Is Portugal in South America or Europe? It's Europe, right? It's by Spain? Yes. Okay. Oh, what's the one that I don't know? There's like a country in Europe that in my mind it's in South America, but it's not. Wait, where is Portugal? Portugal just seems like it should be in South America, but it's not. It's in the Iberian Peninsula. There you go. Okay, so it's there. It's by Spain. And I am a map enthusiast. I love maps. Maybe because I just always find something that I love maps. I would have a map room. Like if I had if I win the Powerball in whatever house I build, I will have a map room with all of these like super cool maps of the world and stuff. And I'll still get confused as to where Portugal is, whether it's in South. What? Hold on. I gotta find. There's a place in South America. There's a place in South America that I believe is in South America that I always think is in Europe. Let me see if I can tell you what country that is. All right, let's see here. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I know what it is now. It is, it's the country of Guyana. I think Guyana is in Africa. Like for some reason, like if anybody talks about Guyana, I'm like, oh yeah, in Africa. No, it's not. It's Guyana. That's what it is. Okay. The country of Guyana is not in Africa. It is actually in South America. And I have learned that probably a dozen times in my life. And I keep forgetting. And then I go, oh, yeah, that's right. Sort of like Herb Kirk Street meets Kirk Herb Street. I can't keep those straight either. All right, ground beef is trending. Here's another thing that's trending here. Ground beef is trending. Why? Do you like ground beef? I haven't had ground beef in a long time. Ground beef is trending because 120,000 pounds of ground beef has been recalled. I got no more information than that. Listeria, they think, is in it. And Google search it. If you just bought some ground beef and you're worried, Google search it. I don't have time to go through the list of brands. It's like a million different brands of ground beef. So, and I think it might be the prepackaged stuff. You know, it's all prepackaged, I know. But I mean, like what they call like the pink slime or whatever. I think it might be that stuff. You know, poor people ground beef. That's me. I would buy if I was a ground beef guy, I would eat the pink slime, but I don't eat ground beef anymore. So, ground pork. Got some ground pork over in the fridge. I like ground pork. I like making ground pork into burgers. What else? Beef jerky is trending. Why? We call them beef jerky too. Ground beef and beef jerky, both of them recalled. Tennessee brown bag beef jerky is being recalled. Here's why. This is a funny one. Here's why Tennessee brown bag brand beef jerky is being recalled, and nobody inspected it. Apparently, there was like a whole bunch of beef jerky, and they're like, "Let's get it in the boxes and ship it out to the whatever, wherever you buy them." Let's get these out to Buc-ee's, although Buc-ee's probably makes their own beef jerky. I don't know. But nobody, like, I guess you have to like inspect them, and the inspector didn't show up that day, so they just shipped all this beef jerky anyway. And now they're like, hey, we got to call all that back. So there you go. So a bunch of ground beef being recalled and a bunch of beef jerky being recalled. And both of those are trending for that reason. Shailene Woodley is trending because she is telling People magazine that her and Aaron Rodgers, they are donezo. They are donezo for good. I know that they broke off their whole engagement a couple months back last year. After she got him to inject like tree sap into his veins as a COVID prevention thing. And then he got in trouble for that because he thought he was, well, Shailene made a concoction and I took that and she told me that I would be immunized from COVID. You remember he got into trouble for that and that was like all her idea. Well, then they broke up and then they got back together in February of this year and they broke up again. She's like, yeah, we're fine, but I don't want to be with him anymore. He's kind of a dick. He is kind of a dick. She didn't say that. I'm saying that. She's a weirdo. He's a dick. Clemency is trending. Let's see here. Biden is pardoning 3 people and he's commuting sentences for 75 others in his first clemency grants of his administration. These are all low-level drug crimes. Dudes doing 30 years because it's the second or third time they got caught with a joint in their pocket. And so, he's letting all these people out, which is, here. Ewan, or do you say Ewan? Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead are married. Congratulations to the McGregor Elizabeth Winsteads. To the Winstead McGregors. Okay, so first of all, who doesn't love Ewan McGregor? I love Ewan McGregor. He's such a great actor. I love him in everything he does. There's just something about him that I like. But here's why this story is interesting to me. They met. Do you guys watch Fargo? Do you guys the TV series, the FX series Fargo? Oh, it's so good. It's an anthology series. I think there's like maybe 4 or 5 seasons of it. I'm waiting on the next one. Don't know when it's coming out, but I hope soon. I don't even know if they're making another one. I don't know. But it's an anthology series, which means that every year it's a different cast and it's a different one-off season of like some crime story or whatever. It's really good. It is what True Detective on HBO wishes they could be. It was inspired by the success of season 1 of True Detective. And then True Detective just, Amber Hearded the bed for the next couple of seasons. And then Fargo on FX came along and went, okay, we're going to do that same thing, except, oh my God, is Fargo good. Oh my God, one of my favorites. So I think it was maybe season 3 or season 4 of Fargo that starred Ewan McGregor. and he played two roles. He played two twin brothers. One was kind of a degenerate, and the other was like a big business success guy. And the degenerate Ewan McGregor character in Fargo had this girlfriend who was like a con woman, and the girlfriend was Mary Elizabeth Winstead. And that's how they met. They met all those years back on Fargo, and they were like this crazy couple trying to steal all the money of the successful twin brother. And they're married now, so good for them. All right, Ewan McGregor and Mary. I have a weird crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I don't know. I just like her. I like her. I love her as an actress. I just think she's so cute. I think she's just great. She's great, and I love Ewan McGregor. I'm telling you, these two, the McGregor Elizabeth Winsteads, they're climbing up the charts of my favorite celebrity Hollywood couples. Okay, let's do this. Celebrity Hollywood couple draft. Okay, only 3 rounds. Only 3 rounds. Number 1, my favorite Hollywood celebrity couple, Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. That's right. First round, first pick overall. I want to be friends with them. I want to live next door to them. They seem like they are wonderful. Round 2. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. I like them. They seem like a really nice couple. They seem smart. They seem fun. They seem cool. I want to live next door to them. And number 3 in my favorite celebrity couple draft, we're going to put Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead because I like them. Who else seems fun? It's not just about like they seem fun. It's got to be like they seem good together. You know what I mean? Like there are some couples you're like, they ain't gonna last. Like Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian, they ain't gonna last. You look at that, like, but I look at like, Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell, and I'm like, they're fine. They're gonna be fine. Who else is a good one? Kevin Bacon and what's her name? Bill Falk says. What is her name? What is her name? Kira Sedgwick. That's it. Yeah. No. Yeah, Jeff. FX Fargo is fantastic. It is so good. All right. Bye, Brady. Love you, buddy. Paris Hilton is trending. Okay. You know what? I'll show you why Paris Hilton is trending. She's out there being an idiot at Paris Hilton like seemed like she was growing up and she was like kind of turning into like sort of a classy lady. She had this like whole kind of vibe for like the last year where she seemed like, okay, she's not a dumb coked up party girl anymore. And, she was involved in some, she looked like she got married, she's making up publicly with Lindsay Lohan, seems like she's being normal. And then she does something like this. And she's going, this is Paris Hilton. She's trending today because this is her at Coachella. And she looks like she's like tripping balls. She's at Coachella and she's like dancing. And the reason that she's trending is because people are making fun of the fact that her bodyguard has to like chase after her. She's just running like a pixie fairy in a field. She's just having fun. And she just runs off and her bodyguard is like, okay, hold on, I'm running with you.
The way Paris Hilton's bodyguard has to chase after her in the desert heat as she skips away.
I just thought that was funny.
The way Paris Hilton's
I can't pause it.
Bodyguard has to chase after her in the desert heat as she skips away.
What is she doing? Isn't she like 45? She's like a 40. Oh, God. She's dressed like Puck from A Midsummer Night's Dream, and she's dancing in a field, and then she's got like some big, heavy set heart attack waiting to happen that's got to chase her. She's just gallivanting around, high on ecstasy or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. I am certainly just adding all of that, but I'm just telling you what it looks like. All right, and the final one for today, the final trend before we'll dive back in and see if there's anything new that I missed. Zeus. Zeus was trending earlier today. That's right, the Greek god of gods, Zeus. Zeus is trending because archaeologists in Egypt have found the ancient temple of Zeus. Apparently, it was buried, and they found it, and now they're excavating. Is that right? Excavating? They are extra. They're restoring the ancient temple of Zeus that they found. And yeah, so that's going on. They found, I don't know where they found it. They found it in Egypt. That's where, what's it doing in Egypt? I don't know. Apparently the pharaohs thought Zeus was cool too. So they found this like massive temple that's been buried for like 1 billion years, and they discovered it. And now what could go wrong there, right? What could go wrong? What kind of evil, what kind of powers, this is a movie. Telling you, everything. You've unlocked the gate to Zeus, and now Zeus is gonna come back. And I don't know. Whatever. Is Zeus real? I don't know. Are any of them real? I don't know. Who knows? Not my place. I am just a searcher. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? What has been happening since we signed on here? Let's see if there's anything new trending. And I don't know why I do this, but I always just jump on Twitter because even though I hate it, even though I hate the Twitter trends, it's just the easiest. It's the most accessible. Rand Paul is trending. Not going near that. Politics, we don't do that here. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is trending. April brought that to my attention. I'm gonna have to jump on and start watching some Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial when this is over. Wicked is trending. Wicked, the play, the play Wicked. Variety is reporting that the play Wicked is going to be turned into a film. It will be split into 2 movies set for release in 2024 and 2025. Overwatch is trending. That's a game. I don't care. Barkley is trending. Oh, Charles Barkley and Kevin Durant are like in a bit of a pissing match on social media. They've been trending all morning. Barkley criticized Kevin Durant and the super stocked Brooklyn Nets. The super stocked Brooklyn Nets basically bombed out of the first round of the playoffs. And they had Kyrie. Ben Simmons isn't playing. It's just a train wreck out there. They were preseason. Everybody's like, well, the Nets are going to win the whole thing. And then they're bombed out of the first round of the NBA playoffs. And Charles Barkley criticized Kevin Durant, saying that, well, he'll just move on. Kevin Durant, he's basically Barkley saying that Kevin Durant has no loyalty to his teams. He just jumps from one team to another to see where he can win. And then Kevin Durant shared a photo in response of Charles Barkley playing with Akeem Olajuwon and Scottie Pippen in Houston, basically saying, you did the same thing. And then Barkley responded, yeah, but see, I never left the teams high and dry for better, greener pastures or whatever. I don't care. Oh, and then one dude got totally raked. He got ratioed like nothing. He said he was a kid. He was probably in his early 20s, who's a big Durant stan or maybe even a Brooklyn Nets fan. He said, Charles Barkley is the most overrated player of all time, and the fact that he won an MVP is just a testament to how terrible the NBA was in the 1990s. Oh my God. And everybody just raked this guy. They're like, okay, kid, go back to school. Kid, you obviously don't know what you're talking about. Charles Barkley was a beast. Charles Barkley was no anomaly, him winning an MVP. Charles Barkley, stop it. I hate these kids. I hate these kids who just don't know. Because they didn't see it, because they weren't around, it must not be worth anything. Kevin Durant, look, Charles Barkley being an unbelievable easily top 20 in my book, all-time NBA player. Charles Barkley being that doesn't take anything away from Kevin Durant or what Kevin Durant is today. Kevin Durant is one of the best players in the league right now. He's a top 5 player. A healthy Kevin Durant would be a top 5 player. Just stop it. Stop it. Just because they're fighting doesn't mean that one of them has to have sucked. Hate that. Alien Day. It's Alien Day. Hashtag Alien Day is now trending. Fans of the Alien franchise celebrate the annual day in its honor. My kid and I, sometimes we fall asleep at night. He likes to, I got this big gigantic, massive bed. California King, big giant thing. And so sometimes when he's here, he likes to just like fall asleep in there because he knows I won't move him. And we fall asleep listening to old radio plays on YouTube. Like we turn the lights out and we put on these like old time like actors like radio plays. We listen to it's Alien Day, #Alien Day. We listen to War of the Worlds, Orson Welles' War of the Worlds on Saturday night. And he fell asleep 5 minutes in, and I stayed up for the whole thing. And then he has the nerve in the morning. He goes, "So what happened with that?" All right. So now we got to listen to it again. Now the next time he does that, we need to fast forward to the last thing he remembers. Even though I listened to the whole thing straight through, we got to fast forward to the last thing he remembers, and then we got to pick it up from there, and I got to listen to it again, which is fine. Jupiter is trending because apparently, it's like Jupiter is, I don't know, there's like some celestial alignment going on. Google it. Rep Madison Cawthorn is trending. He was trending over the weekend because apparently, okay, you know what? This isn't political. This is, I said this at the start of the show. We don't do divisive politics on this thing, but okay. So Madison Cawthorn was trending over the weekend because he was photographed on a cruise ship dressed up in ladies' lingerie. He had lipstick and an earring, and he was dressed in fancy lingerie. And everybody, look, he's a politically polarizing guy. So people on the opposite side of the political fence are going to use that and make fun of him. And they were really making fun of him. But all of the people defending Madison Cawthorn, they were like insane. Like, oh, come on. Like, you never dressed up in ladies' lingerie publicly on a cruise before. It's like, that's the defense? No, there's nothing wrong with that. He was just being silly, trying to look pretty, wearing women's. No, don't just look. That's weird. It's just acknowledge that it's weird and that you wouldn't do it. Where's my guys? Where's my Will C? Where is my Byron? Come on. Where are my right-leaning friends? There's no way. There's no really. All right, we'll see. You looking for an opportunity to put on some ladies' lingerie in public, no less, like at this big. Come on, man. That's not a thing. It's not a thing that any real dude does. No real dude wants to dress up in women's lingerie. Come on. They were on a cruise. Who hasn't slid on a nice lacy pair of ladies' panties? Me. I've never done that. And I don't know. Look, I might know dudes who have done that, but they're cross-dressers. And they're like, yeah, it's cool. I like it. I don't know. It does something to me. All right. If that's the case, good for you. You do you. But don't try and normalize that like it's just something crazy that frat guys do. No, they don't. No, he wasn't a frat guy. He was a grown man when he did it. He was just, stop it. Stop. And look, whatever. If that's what he's into, if he's comfortable with that, there's nothing wrong. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if you're totally cool with putting on ladies' lingerie, but just don't act like normal. Not normal. Don't say normal. I shouldn't say normal. Don't act like any other guy who looks at that and goes, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Like if I'm on a cruise and they're like, yeah, we're partying. Hey, who's putting on the lingerie? I'm not going, yeah, I'll do it. And none of us are. None of us are. So stop acting like, I don't know why he's trending today, though. He's trending today for some crazy reason. It's not normal. Here's why it's trending. Rep Madison Cawthorn was cited for having a gun this morning at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. All right. He's got this guy. All he does is get pulled. He's been driving on a suspended license for like a bunch. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. He's kind of a train wreck, though. He's kind of a train wreck. There's nothing wrong with putting on ladies. Come on, like you guys never put on ladies' lingerie. No, never. Never even thought about it. And if it was suggested, I'd be like, you put it down. I'm not doing that. That's weird. That's not something I'm into. Taco Tuesday is trending. Taco Tuesday. Vice President Kamala Harris. Let's go the other way. Let's make fun of her. Why not? Vice President Kamala Harris is trending. Why is she trending? Oh, she got COVID. All right. Yeah, Vice President Kamala Harris tests positive for COVID. Whatever. What else? What else is happening here? Better Homes and Gardens is trending because Harry Styles has some. Hey, Better Homes and Gardens, the magazine owned by Jesse Waters' family. Look at that, right? Wasn't it Saturday Evening Post and Better Homes and Gardens, or was it something else? Let me see. I can pull that right back up because I still have the window open. Hard-working, middle class, salt of the earth, working class dude. Yeah, Better Homes and Gardens. Yeah. There you go. His grandpa is the publisher, and his family are the founders of Better Homes and Gardens magazine. And look at that, Better Homes and Gardens is trending right now. Jesse Waters doesn't look like a prep school prick from a John Hughes movie at all. Not at all. Named Blaine or something. Great Britain is trending. Why is I don't care why Great Britain is trending. Did it explode? Let's see. Why is it trending? Let's click on this. Great Britain says Ukraine has the right to attack targets inside Russia. Okay. Well, yeah, of course they do. Oh, sit down, Great Britain. Just sit down. Duh. Ukraine's getting bombed to smithereens. Of course they have the right to fight. Oh, sit down. Harvard is trending. Another bastion of cool people. Harvard University officials say that they'll spend $100 million to research and atone for the school's ties with slavery. The funding was announced alongside a new... Oh, shut up, Harvard. Shut up. Oh, I'm getting salty. I just realized that. I'm getting a little salty. I'm sorry. I'm actually in kind of a good mood. I don't know why I'm getting so salty. All right. That's that with that. Let's see what's happening in the chat room. Seth says that Jupiter is trending on Twitter because someone wanted to name their daughter Jupiter, and there was a debate on whether it should be a name. I saw it was trending because it's like in here. I mean, that might be true. I mean, it could be trending for any number of reasons. Once it starts trending for another reason, people tend to fall down bunny holes, and then suddenly it's trending for a whole nother reason. NASA captured a remarkable photo of Jupiter. Okay, planets aligned. That's what it is. 6 minutes ago. Planets aligned. Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and Mars were all visible this morning as they aligned across the... There's still time to see Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, and... Yeah, there's some it's like some celestial alignment that's going on today and tomorrow and stuff. But also, Seth, were you kidding? Did I just get fished in? I bet you were kidding. Although I would happily get involved in that debate. Is Jupiter a name? Why not? Apparently we have no rules for names anymore. You can name your kid anything. Anything else? Let's see here. Yeah, Howard Stern says Johnny Depp is a narcissist and has been overacting during the trial. I don't agree with that, but you know who does? James Parker. James Parker says that he feels like Johnny Depp has been overacting. I'm not really getting that. Maybe, though. Okay, I got nothing else. NASA captured a remarkable photo of Jupiter masked by the shadow of Ganymede. I don't know what that means. Choctaw Casino. All right, Choctaw right up there over the border with Oklahoma. Choctaw Casinos and Resorts demolishes original hotel, making way for future development. I wonder if that was the one I was at. I don't know. I've been there twice, but it was like years and years. I bet it was. I bet they tore down the one I was at. It was kind of funky. It was, I don't know. Maybe I was there at the end of it. Maybe that's why they tore it down. Yep, that's not a fun story. That's not a fun story. Yeah, I'm not going to end on some sad death story. Terrible thing that happened to some young person in Arlington. Not doing that. All right, I'm done. You guys done? We're good, right? Jeff says I like the original. I wouldn't know how to compare it. I mean, I had fun out there, but it was, at thought it was a little sketch. It seemed a little sketch. I don't know. Ross says Stern just hates Depp because he lived in France during the Middle East skirmish era and he hates France. I don't know that I hate France. And I don't know that I like the French people very much. They seem a little bit Frenchy, if you will. I would totally like Paris. I would totally want to go to Paris. But yeah, Rome the same way. Would love to go to Rome because I love the whole history of it all. But I don't want. This is such an ugly American thing I'm about to say here. I don't want to go anywhere where I'm going to struggle with the language. So, good thing I like Dublin and London, because those are pretty much when I go to Europe. Let's go to Dublin. Let's go to London. Australia, except Australia is so far. I would go to Australia. Iceland, they speak English. That's good. I had a good time there. But yeah, I would love to go. Like, even if I went with somebody who spoke fluent French, I would still feel like I don't want to learn a language just to see the country. I don't know. Lazy American, ugly American. I'm good. I'm good with sticking to some Canadian. Look, I don't need to go to France. I can go to Montreal. Same thing. Same thing. Just go to Montreal, Paris, Montreal, same thing. I can go to Toronto. That's fine. They speak English there. I go to all the Mexican resorts I've been to. They speak English. All the Caribbean places, they speak English. So that's fine. Hawaii, that's fine. Although I don't like beaches. I like cities. And good, because I can go to London. I can go to Dublin. I can go to Glasgow. I can go to Sydney. I can go to Melbourne. I can't go to Sydney and Melbourne. It's too far. Everyone knows English. You don't need to know their language. Yeah, I know people say that, Will, but still, yeah, I know. I mean, you're right. But, still. All right, folks, I think we're done here. I think I've said enough. Join us tonight, please. Come on by, hang out with us. We're going to be doing the Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. It's 9:00 tonight, 9:00 Central Time. Don't know what we're going to talk about, but it'll just be me and Parker tonight, unless maybe some guest pops up at the end. I don't know. We'd start funneling in more guests. Again, last night, so happy to have my former partner Kelly join us. She joined us last night on the Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. Oh man, hold on. Select the device. What's going on here? Yikes. Please connect to the user. Do we do a little different John Hinckley track tonight? I know Jeff Klen likes this one. This is John Hinckley's country song.
Is hold you, 'cause we have got that chemistry. I close my eyes and go to sleep knowing.
That's not terrible. I'm sorry. John Hinckley is not terrible. He's terrible, but he's not a terrible songwriter. It's not a terrible song. All right. Thank you, folks. We'll be back tonight at 9:00. And then, that's not your thing. I'll be back tomorrow at noon for another high noon. Oh, we're in the grind, folks. Tip the show if you can. We do accept your tips. That's how we fund this little operation. 2 shows daily. Venmo, Cash App, whatever you can do. Help out. We're at the end of the month. And we're still about $250 short. So hopefully in the next week we can raise that. Because we didn't really... Nah, I'm done. I'm done. I appreciate the people who are helping out. It looks like somebody did help out today. I'll be sure to thank them once I get off the air. I got nothing else. You guys got anything else? Will says I'm under John Hinckley's spell. It's not terrible. Look, objectively speaking, it's not terrible. It's not. He's terrible, but there's a lot of dudes whose music I like who, as it turns out, are terrible. Michael Jackson might have been terrible. I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on that, but he might be. He might have been really terrible. Oh. So last week, this is funny. Okay, two quick stories. So last night, I made this really nice dinner for my kid, right? I made this really nice. I worked really hard on it. Chicken breast with a nice, beautiful crust and homemade with breadcrumbs. Beautiful, beautiful chicken breast. And then some potatoes, some really good, 3 cheese potatoes that I added, little scallions and all these 3 different kinds of, just fantastic. Beautiful potatoes, beautiful chicken breast, and some green beans, and then he had some ice cream sandwiches for dessert. It was a great dinner. I worked really hard on it, and when you make a dinner for somebody that you love, you want them to appreciate the dinner. You want them to enjoy it. So I serve them the food, and then I came here into the studio room to start doing a little bit of work on the show. And I waited about 5 minutes, and then I walk in there, I'm like, well, what do you think? And so I walk in and I do that. I go, well, what do you think? And he looks up at me and he goes, yeah, it's really good. I like the green beans best. It's just a can of green beans. It's just all I did was put green beans in a microwave. That's what you like the best. Not the chicken that you saw marinating for the last 24 hours. No, not the chicken, not the potatoes that we went to Kroger just to get the right ingredients that I wanted to make for you. No, not that. The green beans, the canned green beans that were just thrown in a microwave and heated up with, oh, by the way, make sure you don't put any salt or anything on the green beans. So it's just straight lame-ass green beans. That's what he liked the best. I recognize that I'm too needy, but come on! I like the green beans best. Oh, here's another thing. All right, so last week on the show, we talked about it was the anniversary of Prince's death, right? So I decided at some point last week that I was going to make a new Spotify playlist. And it's just a whole bunch of classic Prince bangers. Sure, I had 1999 on there and Let's Go Crazy and all that, but it wasn't like the obvious hits. I went deep, man. I was going, I got a really cool, got into a bit of a funk kind of vibe. So I made this funk playlist too that I really liked. The Gap Band is really underrated. Anyway, so on this Prince playlist, my kid and we share a Spotify list. So, or Spotify account. So my kid kind of jumped into my Prince thing and he's listening. He's listening to all these Prince songs that I made. So we're driving in the car and we play music back and forth, right? He's like, you get a song, I get a song, you get a song, I get a song. So he goes, oh, hey, that Prince playlist you got is really great, Dad. He goes, can I play some off it? I go, yeah. He's like, I really like this song. He's 12 years old. He puts on Erotic City. I'm like, oh, man. Erotic City. Oh. And I'm like, look, because there's some, well, maybe you don't know, extremely explicit lyrics in this. I mean, not as bad as Darling Nikki, but really explicit. And then the other song was Sexy MFer. He's like, these are bangers, man. These are great. These beats are. He's always looking for new beats because he fancies himself a hip hop lyric writer, and he's like, man, I'm gonna do a whole song over Erotic City. And I encourage that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. Be creative. I want to hear it. I want to see what you do. And then I'm like, oh God, I mean, he's 12 years old. Does he need to be hearing, We can funk until the dawn, making up the cherries gone. Erotic city, can't you see? It's like he doesn't need to be. I don't know. What did I just expose him to accidentally because we share this Spotify list? And he's like, oh no, that song's great. That song's awesome, man. That song has such an amazing groove. I go, yeah, it does. But then I thought, Prince came around when I was his age. Prince, I was first introduced to Prince when I was like 13 years old. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe just worried about it. Anyway. He just switched it over on me. He's playing Megan Thee Stallion. See, he's using my Spotify account right now. What is it 2:30? It's 2:30. That's when he goes into weightlifting. Oh, God. All right. I just used him for a story, so. What is he playing here? This is what he's listening to right now. Yeah, okay. So maybe I shouldn't be too concerned about what we just heard there, playing Body by Megan Thee Stallion. Apparently, I'm the idiot. Erotic City is nothing compared to half of the rap stuff that he listens to now. All right, well, that's it. We're out of here. I'm going to let him stick with his music. We heard enough, John Hinckley. We'll be back tonight at 9:00. Help support the show if you can. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. See ya until tomorrow. Bye-bye now.